Yes, people, welcome back to the Graft Kings podcast. We're in Kent's hottest nightclub, Moo Moo's, and today we're going to be talking about why you should be single in your 20s.
I've been single pretty much all my 20s.
No one wants you, innit?
Same, I think. No one wants you, innit? Too short, innit?
Yeah, but you know what? Too short says you.
I'm a little bit taller, innit?
You can buy that an inch.
Yeah, inches an inch. A win is a win, we'll take it.
Fair play to you.
Fair play to me, thank you.
And you're all pretty much single. No, Merc, you loved the bird at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, it was wrapped around that shitter for a few years.
Oh, what? That?
The centre back.
That. Or what, that?
Interesting.
Poor girl.
Do you miss her?
No.
A little bit.
Don't miss anyone.
None of them.
No, not really.
Was you with her when I met you?
Yeah, this was like, bro, I was like 20 at this point.
No, you wasn't.
I was, bro. I was like 21 years old when I met her.
Yeah.
So this was time ago, bro. This was like, that guy don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
My early 20s don't exist anymore. He's
Can't-
dead.
Mate, I never wanted to be in a relationship in my early 20s. Not
I
one
never
part
wanted
of me.
to be either, but I ended up in one.
I was very realistic at that point.
Have you ever wanted to be in one?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've actually ever been like,
No, same.
they've always just come about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
same.
never been like, oh, I wouldn't mind being in a relationship.
I've never wanted a relationship. I've wanted one more now I'm older.
Yeah.
In my early 20s,
There must have been times in your life, boys, you're like, oh, I could definitely, if a relationship come along now, I'd take it up.
No, never.
I don't know.
Never.
When you have a dry spell back in the day. It'd be nice to have a missus now.
On a Sunday night when it's like cold and you're just on your own and
Do you know what I've said to a couple girls after summer's over? I'll go, do you want to get into a toxic relationship till April and go halves on a dog? They're like, go on then.
So,
Works wonders, mate.
Yeah, it's near the end of summer now, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty
Cuffing
much.
season
no,
is
half
upon
eight,
us.
mate, it's dark.
Cuffing season is upon us.
approaching.
Nah, what is it? Winter Wonderland season. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You need to start
We're
getting
not on cuffing
you
season.
need to get the prospects in, boys.
We haven't really
Depends
got a
what
cuffing
type-
season, have we?
Depends what type of cuffing we're talking about.
Cupping, did you say?
Cuffing?
Cuffing?
No,
Oh, right.
cuffing. Different type of cuffing. Typing it out, a bit hop.
Fuck's sake. Right. Why are we focusing on why the boys should be single in their 20s?
Well,
Because it's good for you. It is good for you.
You know what?
It is good for you. Like, you need to experience something in your 20s. Doesn't need to necessarily be like, it's not going to be the fucking love of your life. Sometimes it might be.
I think
But-
the majority of your 20s, you should be alone.
Yeah, I agree.
I do agree. But
You need to experience something, though.
Yeah.
Dating.
yeah,
Dating's good in your 20s.
I think you should maybe, even if you're like in, like, I don't know, a fucking entanglement or something for like a year or something. Do you know what I mean? Would you say you
I didn't say anything. He spoke. You.
No, because he said dating. That's what I did. I went, yeah, look how you turned out.
Yeah, perfect, mate. I'm a great candidate for those girls that, well, for one of them one day.
Yeah.
I'm an ideal candidate, I
Are
think. Yeah, I think so. When I'm willing to, like, hang up the boots, like...
It's a depressing thought that one day we're going to have to do that.
I was talking to someone about that yesterday. Do you know, I'm slowly approaching that, I reckon, you know? As much as I love this life, as much as I love being single and doing my thing and not having no one to, like, kind of...
Us too.
Yeah, not even just answer to, having the responsibility of thinking about someone else's feelings in a very, like, selfish way, because that's what I want to do right now. I think I'm slowly coming to that end stage of, like, wanting to do that. Like, I'll be happy to meet someone soon, given that's the right person, obviously.
Soon, give me an example for soon, because that's subjective.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I think if I met someone tomorrow that I truly believe that could be, like, the mother of my kids, that I just think, I'm not perfect, but someone that I see that has that potential, I would happily compromise and hang up the gloves.
When you say hang up the gloves, does that entail...
Just cheat on my holidays. I'm joking. No,
He's not joking.
I am. I like the. Do you know what? I love the thought of being able to find someone that makes me not want to see or touch another bird.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know what
And
you
I
mean.
can't wait for that because that's how I felt with the two girls that I was with. That's how I felt. As soon as I'd met them, I was like, I don't want to talk to another girl.
That's cool.
I'm not interested. I'm literally tunnel vision. Like, I've got options, but I choose you. Do you know what I'm
Isn't it
trying to say?
crazy though, yeah? But like, I can't wait for it as well. I echo what you're saying, but like, you're going to sleep with the same person for like the next 30, 40 years. Isn't that crazy, bro?
You make that sound very depressing.
Yeah.
It is.
It kind of is.
Like, I think, but I think that only comes from the experience that some people might have, right? Some people like they're cool with that.
I was just about to say what you're about to say.
Yeah.
You know, so but I think that comes from but again, saying that, like, even from the experience that some people have had, there's a lot of shit out there as well. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of boring things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is. But there's a. Oh, actually, I'm not going to quote it. You say what you're
I
going
was going to say, do you know what a lot of people do and why that becomes very depressing is because a lot of people don't live their life and go from maybe relationship to relationship, settle, or end up in a relationship so quickly and don't have or do the things that they're meant to do in their 20s. And then they think about that person they're with for the rest of their life. Where, like, for example, if we live our life, which we are, to a level of like doing everything that we truly want to and head out to achieve, even when it comes to women's side of it, then one day when you do kind of hang out that gloves, you go, bro, I've done it all. Like, I've literally done it all. Like, I've had so much fun. I've met this girl, that girl, crazy, nice, whatever. I was about to say something mad, but I won't. Shoe polisher. But whatever, just in respect of once you've done all of that, I think truthfully you will be able to hang up the gloves.
Right.
And say,
No, yeah, I do
happy.
agree with you, but I tell you what, and this is talking from the mouths of men who I know that are a lot older than us, that are in relationships, and they said, trust me, Mason, it never goes away.
Yeah, but that's like natural instinct you're trying to fight against,
See?
isn't it?
Yes, I agree.
It is your natural instinct. Yeah, loads of men say that to me too, you're right.
What?
Thank you, mate. Loads of men do say that to me, like whoever
Yeah, it
I
never
spoke
goes
to,
away.
Yeah, of
like
course.
someone that's like 15, 20 years older than me, they say stay single. Like some of them either hate their relationships or just say even if they're happy, like that, there's that dog side of them, that
Yeah,
dark
it
side
never
of them,
goes away.
That just never goes away. Most of these men just like the fact that they can still pull women.
Yeah,
though. They don't necessarily do it.
just to prove a point to themselves.
They just
They've
no,
still got it.
Yeah,
To
they've
prove they still got it. Yeah, of course.
I've got a lot of people my age now say to me, I live my single life through you. Because they see what we get up to. Even if, regardless of us like doing what we are, I think because we're associated with a lot of women and stuff, like they see that and they think, these boys like are living a life. So they like live their life through someone else, which I think is kind of crazy in a way.
Wonder why so many people do settle. Like, why did it? Like, why? I love what. Like, no, I'm not saying our. By the way, that's not me saying our way of living is the correct way of living. Right?
No,
that's not me saying that. But I think more people than not settle for a life of just getting a bird. They get on well. They get a house. They get a kid. And they go through the motions. They're okay-ish happy. And they just roll through whole life like that. Like, I wonder why that is the norm.
Don't you think that's like down to tradition and society though? It's like
Not in today's day and age, though.
yeah, but no, but not,
you
maybe not
have
today,
been programmed
but, yeah.
since a kid to believe that is the normal
That's
way
the
of life.
structure.
Listen, everything's down to programming. You are literally programmed from the minute you're born. You're programmed to know what kind of food you like, what religion to believe in, what family values to have, what's rude, what's considered rude, what's not, what's polite, what's not, what's ethical, what's humane. You're programmed. Everything's programming. So, like, if you're programmed to believe you've got to go to school to get an education, to then get good grades so you can go to university, then go to university to get a good job, and then get a good job so you can earn enough money to cover the bills, find a wife, settle down, and then just keep redoing the same cycle.
Yeah.
If you're programmed to do that, you're hardwired to believe that is literally what you're meant to do. So sometimes people are very hard to unwire and unlearn things because they believe, well, that is the societal norm. That's what I've got to live up to. I've got expectations on my head from my parents. This is what I'm meant to do, blah, 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 blah. So if you've got this expectation and you've been hardwired to believe it, it's like trying to tell someone that's converted to Islam that the religion isn't real. You're not going to be able to do that because some people are so hardwired. I'm not, again, there's nothing to do with religion. I'm just trying to use that as an example.
Yeah,
but like some people are so hardwired from birth, you can't unteach them something. So like they can't see, they're so tunnel visioned. They can't see the other side of it. They don't know what the other world is. It's too risky. That's too. I'm not going to try and do that. That's too. I've got too much to lose. If I, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's why people say. I don't think it's because. No.
Yeah, but I don't think he's saying settle. So realistically, we'll eventually get a partner and be married and have kids as well. He's saying like, why do people settle? And I think people settle because they're insecure. Like they ain't got the bollocks or the backbone to be like, I could do better.
But they're insecure. But they're insecure because they've been programmed to be insecure.
I agree.
That's
It ties in.
That's like
they have been.
No, you can't be programmed to be insecure.
You are because you don't want to take risks. You'd rather play it safe. And the only reason you're playing it safe is because you've been told that's the right thing to do. That's what their parents did, and their parents did, and that's what all your friends' parents did, and they're doing because you've all been programmed to get a job or get a trade and earn a decent living and pay the bills and do X. Oh, I'm doing really well for myself. I earn $100,000 a year. and I'm not taking that away from anyone. 100 grand a year is a lot of dough, but like there's levels to everything, right? Like, and you can still live in this day and age. Bear in mind the cost of living price, everything's gone up, right? Everything's gone up.
Proper.
100 grand don't go that far anymore.
No, not anymore. No, I
100
mean, don't
grand-
you still live a good life on 100.
You live an okay life.
Oh, I don't know.
You do. If you've got a kid,
That's subjective.
Oh,
to the
if you've got a
individual,
kid,
isn't it?
and where you
yeah.
live in the country as well.
Yeah, that's
Where you live in the
subjective
country.
to-
If you live 100 grand up and you live up the top of the country, 100 grand goes a lot further. You live in the middle of London, 100 grand ain't going far.
Not in the middle of London.
100 grand doesn't go far at all, especially if you've got a wife and kids.
Yeah.
It don't go far. 100 grand don't go far at
So
all.
I'm thinking of that from just a one man perspective.
But exactly my point.
Yeah.
If you've got other people that rely on you for income,
yeah.
100 grand is not a lot of money.
yeah,
and
you're
there'll be people
right.
screaming at me on TikTok going, oh, 100 grand is a lot of money. Yeah, but what world do you live in? Because there's different worlds people live in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what have
yeah,
you been
for real.
exposed to? What is your day-to-day life? Where do you shop? Where do you eat? What do
Where'd
you
you
do
go
on
on
the week?
holiday?
Where'd you go on holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But no one can think outside their own environment. So go, this is a lot, that is a lot of money, but I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, but it depends on your way of living. Your way of living determines, it's not how much you earn, it's how much you spend.
Yeah.
That's everything. Like 100 grand in Bali, you are a millionaire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
In Bali, 100 grand, you are a millionaire. You can do, there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah.
100 grand in Dubai is literally like earning 20 grand a year. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah.
everything is subjective to your environment and where you live in your way of life. But people can't see that. They only see oh, 100 grand will change my life. It might change your life now, but once you've got there,
Yeah. It makes sense.
everything
yeah.
changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know how I spiraled into that, but yeah. Basically, you was asking, why do people settle?
Yeah, that's it.
And I think the reason is because they've been programmed to settle. And I don't think that's no fault of their own. I don't think it's because they're... I think they think that's a nice way of life. They think that's decent. They're happy with that.
I guess they don't really know any different, do they? It's like saying like that's just kind of what they know, so they're happy with it and they've achieved it. So it's like they don't know any better sometimes.
That is it. It's like I was actually going to say this a minute ago before I went on my rant about. I reckon some of the environments we've been exposed to and the people we know and the people we've met recently, like we've just got off a call of, once you open Pandora's box and you see what else is out there,
what's out there, yeah.
it's
Fucking
very
hell.
hard to go back into the normal life.
Yeah, for real.
Like now knowing what we know, yeah. And bearing in mind, I'll say this openly on pod. None of us have made it at all. I've said this many times, but even at this stage where we're at the pod now, it's starting to kick off and we're earning okay money now. But even at this stage, if we quit the pod today, knowing what we know and the people we know and then what they do and all these other lives we know what people look up to, could you ever
Drive you
go back
insane.
to normal life again?
Drive you insane, wouldn't it?
You could never.
No.
You could never. And that's because you've now opened Pandora's box. You've now been exposed to that world and what people are doing and how people are making money and what people are doing on a daily basis. You could never go back to normal life now, ever. If you quit this pod today and you say, boys, I'm hanging up the thing pod, in the back of your brain, that every day of your life, you'd be just itching away going, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can never do this. And that's because you know what's out there. Most people have never been exposed to this environment. My mum has never been exposed to that world.
Yeah,
My
right.
mum has no idea what's going on outside her world. Her world is me and my brother and looking after the house and her husband.
Yeah.
So
I was
well,
gonna say sometimes is that better though?
that's what it's called. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. You don't miss what you have never had. So like now we've been exposed to it. We can't unforget it. We can't unlearn it. We now like this is it. I can't ever go backwards now. Imagine, yeah. You look fast forward 20 years, and I'm not dissing anyone on their choices of holidays and stuff like this, but I'm just saying a personal preference. This is my opinion. You could never go and just sit on a fucking beach in Lanzarote now,
No.
with your wife in 20 years' time, and just sit there and be happy. Because you'd be like, oh my god, like everything.
What a terrifying thought.
See my point? But in some people watching it, I'm not trying to say this from an arrogant point of view at all. I'm not hating on any kind of choice of location, but now you've been exposed to certain things, you can't go backwards because you'll just be laying there going, "This nothing." You'd be desensitized. You'd be like, "Oh, right, that's it.
Yeah.
I can't do this."
I think this even comes
That's
down
terrifying.
You see my point? We have to make it now because I can't go back.
What you're saying even goes well into like relationships as well though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It's like certain girls that end up having a certain type of man or a certain type of like fella or husband, and once they kind of lose that, they can't really go back onto having an average Joe because they've been so exposed to that lifestyle that again they're so desensitized and they can't ever go back to it. So it kind of works in that angle as well if you think about it.
Yeah, and again, another thing is like now you've been, again, I don't want to I'm not trying to blow smoke up our arse when we say this, or it's not coming from an arrogant place. It's just coming from the realism of what we've been doing recently. Some of the women we've been around, and the caliber of girls we're around, and stuff like that. You couldn't ever go back now either on that.
No, you wouldn't want to anyway.
Yeah, of course not.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of leveling up, though. You don't have to.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm saying like,
okay, but I'll caveat that.
No, wait. Let me hold that thought. But you know, the thing is, you've got to maintain this. Of course, you can't. This is not automatic exception. That this is it. You've got to maintain this and upkeep this all the time. Otherwise, you will just lose it straight away. It's constant. You've got to constantly work on this all the time.
Guaranteed other than death and taxes, mate. So.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, once you've got it, people think you have it forever. You don't. You actually have to maintain it.
Keep working at it.
Keep working it
again, mate. Like, that's not the case, is it?
But that's what people think.
No.
And this is coming from a place where there's 4 boys on a pod that haven't made it, and this is still our hobby. This is still our side hustle, and we haven't. But we know that we're consciously aware that like once you get to a certain point, you've like
Can't turn back.
you can't turn back. And
We are far too deep in now.
Yeah, and you got to maintain it all the time. You have to maintain everything.
But it's even like from a personal standpoint, obviously, like very openly, I've been talking about getting rid of the restaurant. I've even said to myself, like, how do I go work for someone again? Like, how do I don't feel like I could ever go back to a corporate job. Like, I've done that, for example. How would I ever go back to someone telling me what to do after for half a decade done what I've had to do? Regardless, like, business can come and go, money comes and goes, but that's where my mind's been at.
Yeah.
Like, how would I go and put a suit on again and go work for someone, given the fact that I've lived my life the way I have for the past 5 years?
Well, the obvious answer is you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know what your question was though. Like, how could you possibly?
How could you? Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. The obvious answer is you can't.
Yeah. Once you have a taste of it, you can't.
Exactly. Once you open Pandora's box and you're exposed to certain elements of life, you just don't want to accept anything else.
I'd rather be on this side of the fence though, like knowing what we do though, because it's like even since we've all like started this. Fuck what?
Oh no, nothing. It looked like a sports stopping you, didn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you know what reminded me of that Kevin Hart thing when that woman's about to say, I've been offered loads of money? He's like,
Yes, boys, quick break to remind you about our recent partnership with Muoti. Boys, do not forget, Muoti are a brand new online fashion retailer. We are here to help you out and here to get you dripped in summer. For all of your clubber, just like these tees, head over to muoti.com, type in Graft Kings in the promo code to get 20% off every order. Let's get back to the pod.
this may sound like it comes from a bitter place, but I've been in a relationship for 4 years, so I understand both sides of the fence, right? But I think when you're trying to level up, so this comes from a kind of an entrepreneurial mindset, not someone that's working a normal 9 to 5. If you're trying to build something or you're trying to level up, I think women in your 20s is the biggest distraction ever. I think women, and not they don't do that on purpose, and I'm not saying women like try and fuck your dreams up, but I mean like the attention that you have to set aside for said individual can take a lot of your time that you could be spending on building your business or building your personal brand and leveling up.
Yeah.
And I think I don't have any statistics to hand, but most relationships in your 20s fizzle out and don't lead to anything anyway. Yes, you do get life experience of it, and yes, you can learn a lot about yourself by being in them, but at the same time, they are a huge distraction from what you want to try and do and how you want to kind of level yourself up.
The only thing with that is, in your early 20s, do you really know what you want to do or find your purpose? So the thing is, like, people are always trying to find a reason to either fit in or have a reason or purpose.
Okay.
So when at that age you don't know what you want to do, and you know, rightfully so, you don't have to have it all figured out, as we've said.
Well, none of us did.
We've just about figured out what we want to do. But I think at that age, because people don't know what they want to do, when they find a relationship, they find a bit of a purpose.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
It fills a gap.
Exactly. Whatever that may be. You know, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but since we're talking about that, I think a big part of that people's lives is going into a relationship young, because
Filling
they
a
find
void,
purpose,
isn't it?
100%.
Yeah, okay, but
Like if you were to find what you really wanted to do at 20 and you knew that's what you want to do, you found your reason and your purpose and your why, there's no way I reckon you'll jump into a relationship.
That's what I think. Boys in their younger 20s today should just be like try more shit. You live in a home, like try more YouTube channel, start trying to create a clothing brand, like there's like start something and try different things, because you're young enough to be able to start something and fail while you're still living at home and you've got no responsibilities. Like, rather than putting your efforts and energy into a woman, because women, no matter what age, they want and desire a lot of your time and attention. Like, they really do, because girls don't hang like guys do. Like, guys can go home and sit on PlayStation for 6 hours, 8 hours a night with their boys and just chat shit like we did when we were younger.
I actually wouldn't recommend that though.
No, so I'm saying, I'm not saying, I'm about to say don't do. I'm not saying to go and do that, but like, boys have a lot of time to kill. Like, you can sit with your boys and chat all night. Girls don't do pool when they get home. They sit and watch murder documentaries. Yeah, like that's all they
Scroll
do.
through TikTok.
Eating what's it?
Yeah, that's it. But boys don't. Boys literally get home, play Xbox, play PlayStation, get on the PC, go and play football, go and bike rides, like go and meet their pals. Girls don't do that. So girls get with a guy because then they can just get all of his attention. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Girls aren't busy.
no, they're not busy. They're not doing unless they're like an athlete or a sports. Then other than that, they're not really doing much, right? And girls will tell you that. So as a youngster now, especially in today's day and age, where you've fucking such a massive window to learn new skills and new hobbies and money making things. In today's day and age, as a youngster in your 20s, as a male, you should be trying to do and start different businesses without a shadow of a doubt. Because eventually, you might just then end up falling into something that you just absolutely love.
Yeah.
And happy
The worst
days.
thing you can do is waste your time because it's never coming back.
What I was going to say to yours is you said about if you were starting businesses and stuff like that, you wouldn't jump into a relationship. But I didn't just mean businesses and stuff like that. I meant even the gym. So I was heavy into the gym in my early 20s. I still continued the gym when I was with my bird, but my physique turned for the worse. I fell out of shape quick. Even though I was still going to the gym, my diet, you can't out-train a bad diet, as all of us know. And also, I'd have time restraints on why are you not home? You said you'd be home at 8. Oh, you're not going to the gym again. Oh, can't you take tonight off? Can we get a takeaway tonight? And all of these distractions, yeah, you feel like, oh, it's just a one-off, it's a one-off, one-off. But it compounds. And over time, it compounds even more and more and more. And you start allowing new things that you didn't allow before you was with this girl. Oh, yes, now Wednesday's Chinese night. Oh, we'll get a pizza on Friday night. And these now become your new norms. And now you start going to the gym less, or you start training less, training with less intensity because you got to shoot home. Make sure you're home this time. Oh, you told me you'd be home. These are things that really do happen. These are real things. Yeah. And you don't see it dwindling away, but your lack of effort on even stuff like the gym then starts becoming apparent because you put less effort in, and you start looking after you stop looking after yourself as much. And I would say one of the main things you want to concentrate in your 20s is building your physique. Yeah. I don't care what kind of man you are, what industry you're in, what work you do. The main thing you should be concentrating on is building your physique in your 20s. Over anything, by the way. I'd say physique and then on side hustles. Because people respect you automatically more when you've got a good body, because it means you can maintain a level of discipline and consistency on a consistent basis to maintain this body that you have. Yeah, men respect you a lot more when you're in good shape.
Yeah, they do.
A lot more. And people say, you think you're going to the gym for the women, and obviously that is a bonus, and obviously women are attracted to men with muscular bodies, but also it demands respect of your peers and other men when you walk into a room and you've got a good physique. Men will put you up on it. If you've got a good shirt, if you've got a nice shirt on, it's well fitted, men will go, cool, you look all right in that shirt, you feel that shirt out nicely. Even if it's like in a obviously the less gay way possible, that compliment means more to you when a male compliments you, because you now gained his respect, rather when a woman, because when a woman says it, you're like, oh, she wants to fuck. You don't really get a buzz off it as much. She goes, oh, she wants a shag. When a man says he respects me. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Far more powerful.
Far more powerful. So what I'm trying to say is, one of the main things you want to concentrate on is the gym, and women can stop you from doing that. 100%. I know so many men are getting into relationships and their body goes to shit.
South, yeah.
It does,
100%.
They don't care, do they? It gives you a comfort blanket. Like, you don't want to go to gym, you don't really want to make dough because you're just like, oh, like, I'm happy like this, got a bird at home. Like, you just lose.
Comfort is the enemy.
You lose your edge. And then once you've lost your edge, you've pretty much got anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right.
Work on you, boys. Work on your mindset. Work on your brotherhood. Work in the gym. Trying to start businesses. Like, just concentrate on you, mate. Because your 20s is a weird time, you know. I was thinking about this today. I was like, your 20s is a weird...
I love my 20s.
Like, it's been such a transitional period. For like, I was so different when I was 21 to then 24 to 27 to 29. Like, I've become so different over the years.
It's funny though, isn't it? Like, when you are like that age, you think know it all, and then you just
know nothing,
and you say to them, just wait 4 or 5 years, you'll look back at your younger self and then think, fuck was I doing?
Just so
and
true.
I guarantee we'll even look back at now, I'm not saying we'll think what a melon, but you'll think I do X, Y, Z differently. And that's a part of growth though. Like, I think you should be able to look back and kind of see that in yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether it's cringe or just see the fucking kind of levels you were at. Like, I think that's very, very normal. But I'm just saying, at 20s, like, you think you fucking know it all. You think you've got it all mapped out and figured out, but really
so true.
I feel like if you don't look back at yourself and cringe, I don't feel like you've leveled up enough.
Yeah,
I agree.
I look back at myself at 20, I'm like, you are a cringy cunt.
Yeah,
like, you are a sausage.
But then it's mental to think about, like, us looking back at 20, and then when kids that are 20 now coming to our age and looking back at when they're 20 is going to be, might be a little bit different.
Yeah, because kids now are
They're cool.
they're cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
Like,
I thought I was cool,
Yeah, that's it.
but mate, I watched my fucking entrance to X on the Beach the other day, mate. I honestly wanted to smash my laptop up. I was watching. I was going, oh, bruv. Can we actually get this removed off the internet, bruv? This
Not
was,
bad.
Oh, bruv, honestly. I couldn't even watch it. I turned it off. I swear on my mum's life, I watched literally about 30 seconds. I was nope, not watching this. I turned my laptop.
Didn't you start rapping?
Oh, bruv, don't. You know, I got asked to do that. I got asked to do that.
You started.
I didn't just do it off the bat. They
They
went,
want me
right.
to rap, lighten the mood a bit.
They asked me- This is what I'm saying, boys. One thing I can recommend is don't do reality TV. Honestly, I would swerve that. Especially back then, it was actually probably more profitable.
Authentic as
but,
well.
Yeah, but back now, I definitely wouldn't do it. But yeah, TV was again, I don't want to go into that.
That's so funny.
I want to honestly.
On the other side of that,
Oh, actually, Ash, cut that.
Yeah.
I can't say
What
that.
about Dress to Impress?
Oh, I was. You know what? I was gonna. You know what? I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna bring it up, but I was like, oh, the convo's died.
Yeah, you look good in that, innit?
Boys, I went on this TV program, and I didn't even watch it when it aired. I watched 5 minutes, and I was like,
That's so funny.
I've never watched the whole thing.
Oh, I watched it the other night.
I know you did.
No, did you?
No way.
No, because like it was for
It's
work.
on ITVX.
No,
so I thought
you
I'd stick
didn't
it on.
watch
Yeah, I
it.
didn't
No,
watch
no.
it.
out of order.
No, I didn't watch it for the sake
Oh,
of it.
no.
We're building something. That's why.
Yeah, me and him did a side venture behind your backs, isn't it?
Good
We're just
so
watching
funny.
it. Bored, bro.
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that does show.
Trying to do a growth thing. I can imagine.
Like development thing.
Yeah, the problem is we can't do it because all of these shows are.
Oh, right, okay.
can't screen
You
record
can't
them.
screen record them. They're all they're protected, so we can't even use the footage
Can't
anyway.
use- which is probably not a bad thing. For my side.
Little caveat to what we were saying just then, boys. This is something you boys preach as well. In your 20s, though, boys, say yes to opportunities, man.
Yeah.
Like if someone doesn't, like if you get the opportunity to go on a show or something, say yes. Say yes. Protect yourself.
I don't regret doing my
Yeah,
reality
innit?
TV show.
Bruv,
Absolutely.
it did do wonders for you in ways that you probably can't recognise.
This would have started.
Well, there you go.
This
So
podcast
you
would-
can't say don't do it.
I'm so glad I've done mine.
Yeah.
Bro. I met T off it. I met a few good people off it.
Like boys, take the opportunity. But
Yeah, I suppose.
but what
I
you can
do take back what I said. Yeah.
what you can learn from what we're trying to teach you now, and from what the boys' experience, like their own personal experience, is when you're on these shows, just be don't change who you are, but just be very, 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 very conscious and aware of what you're saying and
Yeah.
how you're acting, how you're coming
Internet
across,
is
Bruv, what you're
rather
saying,
than
though-
being a loose cannon.
Yeah, but that advice you're giving is easy to say it, but to take that advice on
Yeah.
board when you're in that bubble is a completely different story, bro.
agree.
Like you're in a bubble with no contact to the outside world. You literally forget where you are. These people that you're now living in, well, your best friends now. How quick you develop relationships and feelings with people, and brother, you forget where you are. You forget
Yeah,
this
you
camera.
do.
I can imagine it's quite surreal.
It's so weird, bro.
Man, I literally like all these feelings like develop. You're like it heightens everything, mate. It's crazy.
Because you've no phone, no parents, no friends. These people you're in a
Oh,
house
my
are now
phone.
your boys, and that's it.
Yeah, it literally does feel real. It's crazy.
That's mad, isn't
So you know when you see
I remember I was talking to two girls on X on the Beach, yeah, and I was speaking to the producer, and they're waiting for me to make a decision because they can see I'm in a love triangle, and I'm about to for this one, and I'm sitting on the fence about it because I'm actually thinking, oh, I like this girl, and I feel very bad for her. And the producer went to me, what do you want to do? And I went to him, I don't know, I don't want to hurt her feelings. And he just went to me, he goes, Ozzy, are you realistically going to be with her? I went, no, do your thing, bro. I was like, the light bulb just went in my head, and I was like, this, and I done a madness. It was crazy, but it made the show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
that
sure.
made the show, but that was the light bulb moment to go. I kind of took myself out of that
Environment.
scenario, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is going on here? Like, this is all bollocks.
I
Like,
know.
this is all fucking bollocks."
Yeah, but how
it
old was
feels
you?
so real. It was in 2021, so I was 29.
My brain was still like a kid's brain. I was 19.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
no,
I'm glad.
that's 10
I'm
years
glad
ago.
I done
I know.
it now.
I went on TV 10 years ago. I know.
Bro, at 19, if I had done reality TV, they could have said to me, fucking do a backflip and do X, Y, Z. I would have fucking
Bro, I
done
did
it.
everything
I would
pretty
have
much
done
they said.
anything they told me to at 19.
I did do everything they told me
anything.
to. I did everything. Everything they told
Yeah,
me to do. I
yo,
did.
can you just rap for us, please? Lighten the mood a bit.
No, no.
Yeah, you had a proper quiff.
No, it's just similar to this.
Nah.
Funny.
A bit more Johnny Bravo.
Yeah,
Proper quiff job.
Don't start talking about haircuts, mate.
Yeah, to be fair. I ain't got legs.
Oh, boys.
I ain't got a haircut, mate.
So,
Okay, yeah, I will take back what I said.
yeah. Invest in yourself, boys, and take every opportunity that comes
Say yes
your
to
way.
every opportunity and figure out how to do it
Yeah,
after.
I would say so.
We as a collective now, we're in this world and doing this podcast stuff. We actually say yes to everything. Well,
Yeah.
Within
everything
reason.
that's like everything that we feel like is a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And like even like what's happened the last few days as well, and especially today, boys. I know it's hard for me to elaborate on what I'm about to say, but please try and put yourself in environments where you're going to meet new people.
Yeah.
Like go to new places,
Oh my God, yeah.
make connections, meet people. Like because you really do not know who you're then going to meet off the back of meeting a certain someone.
Yeah.
And it could be completely indirectly. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you've met someone, you then go to an event with them, and they introduce you to someone, and all of a sudden you become really good pals with them, and they're doing something that then you then talk about, and they say, "Do you want to get involved?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"Cool." If I'd never met that guy and he didn't introduce me to them, this now wouldn't be happening. We have had that happen to us more times than you care to imagine. It's like, boys, do you know, if we hadn't met her and she didn't introduce us to him and didn't take us to that event, we'd never met those boys, and now we wouldn't be doing this.
But that's because of
it doesn't surprise me anymore.
It's crazy.
no, it doesn't surprise me, but like it always. If you actually deep it from our personal point of view, if we never started the podcast, none of this would have happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
What would we be doing?
I ain't got a clue.
I
bro.
said this. I was like, would you? You'd be doing something else, obviously.
Just be
but
working, innit?
It's
I don't
because
know
now
if-
you can't see yourself doing anything apart from this. You just can't, you keep looking back at that moment when you think about it. And think, cool. You start clapping cheeks.
Oh, it's just so funny watching them.
He's so dyspraxic, you know. But you don't even know what that word
Oh,
means.
it's so funny.
Spell it.
Can't spell it.
I didn't see him have a fly. He goes, "What would I be doing?" And I didn't know there was a fly there. And I mean, I clocked after he did it. I just thought it looks so funny. What would I be doing?
Clip that.
Clip that. Oh, yeah, go on. Now. I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know.
Just be working, bro. What else would we be doing?
Yeah,
We're
what
doing
else?
we've been doing like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, just be working.
Yeah, but boys, like I said, boys, on that, like you do need to. We're talking about being single, being in a relationship. There are pros to a relationship, but just not in a younger age, boys. Like you do need to. I think we touched on this recently. I think you need to have your heart broken at a young age.
Yeah, and the only way, yeah.
So the only way you're really going to do that is getting in some form of I don't know, a relationship, entanglement, seeing someone. Like you do need to have that experience. You can't get to 30 years old and go, I've not had a relationship. Like that's a bit fun.
Loads of boys just get in a relationship just to get their heart broken.
Yeah.
I'll go out. Yeah, break my heart.
Yeah, boys, it'll turn you into a monster in so many different ways, mate.
Boy, it can.
Yeah, if you
That's
use it,
down to you.
don't let it break you. It's just a bird. Do you know what I mean? Like
And also, this may sound like we're hating on women, but I will tell you from personal experience that women are cold, man. Like they will, they
they'll
can
move on quicker than you
They'll
do.
literally drop you,
Yeah, they
and
will.
not even think about it, man. Like it's so cold. You think you know someone, and they tell you they love you, and they say they want to have kids. Girls get deep, man. They say some really thing like. And obviously, personally, now I've learned from this as I'm older, when anyone, not just a female, when anyone says something on a very deep level, I actually take it for face value. I'm like, I wouldn't say that unless I meant it, right? So because I expect everyone to be like me, when someone says something that deep to me, I'm like, the person actually means that. So when like a girl says, "Oh, one day our kids will look like this," I'm like, fucking deep comment to say something.
Yeah,
Like, this
for real.
person must actually see a future in me, or this person actually might love me, or whatever like that, or they tell you they love you and they can't wait to spend. Or they say, just think. Do you know what pisses me off? When birds say stuff and it rolls off their tongue, because it would never roll off my tongue. I would never say certain things that some women actually said to me in the past. I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore, because birds say, "Oh, I can't wait to do the rest of my life with you," but birds, I've had birds say this to me, and because I would never say that unless I meant it. I don't know whether to believe it anymore, because I believed it in the
They say it
past.
so easily.
Yeah, it just rolls off their tongue too
Well,
easily.
no, what you like. They tell you what you want to hear, innit?
Yeah, but,
they know
but
what's
I
right.
can't believe it, because I wouldn't do that. And then they just drop you.
They do, yeah.
Or they just go cold on you.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
And or they just
No explanation,
they just,
nothing.
Yeah, and I'm like, how? I could never do that. And
It's
then
because- it's
people
because
think
those
I'm a fuck. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but
I
those
would never
words
do that to a
never meant
girl.
anything, That's why.
What?
Those words never meant anything. That's why they could just easily move on.
That's what I'm saying to these boys. Like, as much as like,
Don't get sucked in.
do you know the problem with relationships? Any relationships, right? And what I think it's hard for us for here, or any man, is the reason why relationships are so hard to do nowadays in this day and age is because men don't want to leave themselves vulnerable. So when you say yes to a relationship and you hand over everything to this person, you're leaving yourself vulnerable, because you're now,
Don't get hurt.
you're right. Now I've told you that I will be yours and we're exclusive and I want to spend my life with you, and you give up certain aspects of your life to facilitate her, you're now left yourself open. You're now left yourself vulnerable. But sometimes, obviously, the only way you can actually have a successful relationship is by doing this at some point. Right, yeah. But where do you gather the trust? When's the right place to jump? Because people just say shit, and I don't know whether to believe it. Do you know what I'm saying?
For actions, I suppose, right?
Consistency, I think it is probably the best way of judging it.
Through dating them, yeah, that's it. That's all you can do.
As in just like consistently, if they're sticking to their word, that's the only way. It comes with time, do you know what I mean? You're not going to be able to just tell it from the get-go. So, you know what it is? If a girl's love bombing you and saying shit like what Yo just said very quickly and very soon, I'd definitely stay away from that.
It's a
because
red flag, yeah.
No bird's ever said that to me soon. I'm just saying, I'm in deep, I'm like, whatever. But yeah.
It's a bit of an ick when they do it that quickly anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
I've never actually had it that quick.
Like if I as a joke, you can talk about what your kids would look like.
cool.
It depends on the context because we have probably had those conversations, but you know it's just probably a little bit of banter. It's not legit. Like she's not actually.
I never did that when I was younger, but in your older years, you joke about that.
Of course, you can. But if a bird's actually like saying that and love bombing you, then I'll be a bit careful because it's like too much too soon.
I agree.
And I'd find it a little bit icky anyway.
Yeah,
because I think personally,
if you said it to me that quick, you said it to someone else that quick.
It's like when people jump into relationships as well, they move very, very quickly. Like people are very quick to like start living together, spending every day together. Like you can get into a relationship, but you can do that like in small doses. Like when you get into a relationship and you spend every day with someone, you fucking literally spend your whole time with them. And you cut out your friends. You don't speak to your boys as much. You don't speak to your family as much. You stop going to the gym. You stop focusing on your goals. Like you start literally putting all of your focus into that person. I think that's the worst thing you can do.
Most guys do though, bro.
And I've said to people that I've actually in relationship, I said, you've got the rest of your lives to live, like to be together. If you are for each other, you're gonna get married. You're gonna like end up like buying a house together. You're already doing that now, and that's why I think people get as quick as they can jump into a relationship, they jump out one as well because they experience so much in that small frame of time that they probably go, else is there like without growing each other or my feelings have changed or like I've got a new hobby and you don't like this or I want to go to that country or I'm going to go to university and you're not going to be here. So I just think people outgrow each other so quickly now and then you're in it and you're out of it very, very, very quickly. And I just think people rushing that process is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you know that the beginning stages of the relationship is the most exciting and you want to be around them, no problem, I get that. But I think when you live in each other's pockets, it's the worst thing you can do.
So you're going to do that as you get, especially as you get older as well, because then naturally things do start to slow down. You get the kids and yada, yada, yada. So you really are going to be spending 24/7 together. So in your younger years, take that a little bit slower, like still enjoy the time with your mates. And girls, this does go for you as well. Like go and enjoy your time with your friends and family and go and create hobbies and start businesses as well. Like obviously we can talk to the boys more because we are boys. So like we know how it is, but like works vice versa. Eventually you are going to move in together if it goes that way. And then you are literally living under the same roof and living with someone is far different to just going out with someone.
Yeah.
Like really, like you could be with someone for a year, 2 years, been on holiday with them, like see them quite a lot and then live together. And then all of a sudden, like you very quickly figure out little habits that they have piss you off, mate. Like little things that they do and you're like, I hate that or don't like this and sleeping with someone every night in the same bed. It's like, eventually you might be like, mate, can you f*** off?
Can you fuck?
What are you laughing at?
I was laughing at us all living together in a hostel in Thailand, brother.
I still don't get annoyed with anyone though.
I know,
never.
no, but I was just creasing. I can't actually believe we've done that.
Like Dan Cannon in my I don't like,
that would have annoyed me. That's different.
How many was it? 7 of us.
Yeah.
7 of us in one room, bro.
I enjoyed that.
I would, bro. That was,
that one. Oh, okay.
that was
room.
probably that was probably the highlight of my trip.
Us 7 and Pablo.
Us 7 and Pablo. That was one of the funniest periods of my life.
Yeah, you can't do that with a woman though, can you? Because
no.
With your boys, it's just different.
Honestly, I will remember that. I was kind of tangent. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. How funny.
That's why you should stay single in your 20s, boy. So you can go and do
so much.
That is actually a good point. You know, like if you're in a relationship, it is going to kind of take you out of a lot of social environments. Like some of us probably wouldn't have gone to Thailand if you was in like a long committed relationship.
Some people didn't come because they was
some of my boys didn't come because of it. Yeah,
and they missed out on a mate. Yeah, of course, I understand.
Understandably, but then again, you're eliminating yourself to have these experiences if that's the case.
I wouldn't have wanted to go on that trip if I had a missus.
No, you would have wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like. So like, I'd have wanted to go, but I'd have been like, I can't go on that trip in a relationship. That is just way too difficult.
Oh, imagine not experiencing that trip.
Do you know what I mean? Like, night, boys.
Because of your bird.
Yeah.
And then she leaves you.
And then she leaves you anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's drilled into me. Do not get a bird in your 20s, boys. Go on holiday and be a hoe.
And be a hoe. Wow. Okay.
They're some of the best memories of my
Don't be a
life.
hoe, bro.
Definitely, man.
That Thailand trip was.
So when you do get in a relationship eventually, we are able to look back and go, do you know what? We had a good time.
We have done it all.
Yeah.
We have a time, mate.
Yeah.
That's what you want, boys. You want to be able to get eventually to your relationship with your missus, whenever that, like maybe in your late 30s or mid 30s, and look back at your boys. They're still go away on trips with your boys, but you can look back and go, you kept that little boy inside you alive for as long as possible with your mates. And you look back and go, I have got a memory book filled to the brim of like creasing and laughing with my pals traveling the world. Like,
I think that's one of the worst things that could happen to you, is looking back on your life and thinking that I could have done more. I could have done more because we've said this before.
Terrifying.
The one thing we are never getting back is time. Money will come and go, people come and go, but your time, you're not getting that back. Your youth, you are not getting that back. Why would you want to like spend it with not someone that's horrible, but just someone that you potentially not going to be with the rest of your life? Like you got so much time, given that you live to see the days. Like you got so much. You can live that later on in life. I don't get why you would want to commit in your early 20s when you can go and experience life. Like find out who you are, find out what you want to do, what you don't, like your likes, dislikes, your hobbies, make networks, connections, like build yourself up in the gym. Like just there's so much to do. There's so much to learn. There's so many mistakes to make. You want to do that in your 20s, you know?
Agreed.
Like when you come to your 30s and 40s, that's when you're going to start to slow down a bit and go, all right, cool. Like I've got my business now. I've done what I've had to do. I planted the seeds when I was 20 or in my 20s or done all of that. And I don't need to look back and ever regret what I'm doing or what I've done. Sorry.
There's a song lyric 50 Cent says, he says, if I die today, I'm happy how my life turned out.
Yeah.
And I actually do say it to myself. I'm very grateful to say that. If I
Said that to my mum and grandma yesterday.
Yeah, I'm even though the young age I am, obviously I don't want to die. I want to live forever, to be honest with you. But if I did die today, I would be happy how life turned out. I'm very happy where I am.
Up until this point.
Up until this point, life's been great. I'm very blessed.
Still
for
got
that.
more to give.
I've got loads more to give. But I'm just saying I'm very grateful.
Yeah,
I do practice that every day. I'm very grateful for that. But some boys would, some boys that watch this, mate, would say, well, I haven't got the boys to go on holiday with. We do actually have a solution.
And I
for
would
that.
say, join the right side.
It's funny. One of the boys in the right side at the moment. Bear in mind, he only knows me who's in there. He joined through me, and he knows no one else. None of the members. He knows none of them. And he offered the other day, boys, I'm flying over to Champagne in France. My friend's got a plane. Any of you boys want to come, you can. And we're going to go see Carl Cox and watch this house festival. If you want to join me, more than welcome to. I've got spare seats in my plane.
It's crazy.
That's the type of people we're having in this community.
People are networking now.
And one of the boys nearly went with him.
I nearly went, bro.
Yeah, one of the boys nearly went with him.
Yeah.
What about the two boys that met up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Two people actually met up and they actually
From the local area, they all swapped up, met up, went gym together, went coffee together, and then they said they were going out to meet some Ratleys later on.
They said there was.
Don't even know each other.
Well, they do now.
They do now, yeah.
They met throughout the community. And boys, that's basically what we built because we know there's some of you boys watching or listening to the pod that want to do these things, want to travel the world, want to go to these places, want to go to these parties, meet these birds. But some of your boys are all in relationships now. They've all settled down, or you haven't got a big friendship group. That's why we built the community. That's why we built the right side. For literally that reason, boys. The community.
That was one of the most common things that kept popping up is the boys saying,
networking.
I don't really have anyone to do this stuff with.
Yeah.
And now they're in a group with like-minded individuals, bro, that want to do the same thing. Putting that together is just crazy when you think about it, when you deep it.
Well, when them boys posted that the other day saying, all right, boys, we've just been gym, now we're going for coffee and we're going to meet some Ratleys later, I was just like, I can't even, like, all we've done is facilitate that. We ain't made them do it. We've just created a space where these boys are able to meet and then they've gone off their own back and done it. And I've screenshotted it straight away and sent it to boys. I was like, read that, boys.
We was all in disbelief.
It was unbelievable, mate.
When you deep it, like, you know as well, if you deep it, that these boys, when they do meet each other, that they're all going to get along. Because the fact of the matter is, the reason they're there is because of us. They watch the podcast and that's where it's all kind of developed from. So they feel relatable to us and trust us enough to be able to join a team or a brotherhood like this. So they know that other guys in there are going to be there for the same reason. So them meeting up, like, it's like...
Energy must be sick.
You know that they're going to have a great time. It's not like they're going to be completely different ends of the spectrum on personality.
I can't wait for the first day out of them all. I actually can't wait to meet them all.
That first day out of all the boys.
It's gonna be so fun.
Energy's going to be through the roof, mate.
That energy on the call we had with them all the other night was crazy.
Yeah,
sick.
sick.
It's meant to be a half an hour call, went on for like an hour 10. We're
Yeah,
just
that was
chatting,
so good.
having a laugh.
So
yeah,
good.
boys, if you're stuck, there's boys in there saying, I'm going to Thailand at the end of the year. If any of you boys want to come to Thailand, I'm out there these days. They're already discussing doing lads holidays and stuff, boys. So like, if you are one of these individuals that wants to venture out, wants to jump out of their comfort zone and wants to meet new people and do this kind of shit, then you've got the opportunity now. We've created a space for all of you and all of you can join whenever you want.
That's it.
It's there for the taking, boys. If you want to fly to Champagne and on a jet,
private jet.
Literally.
Yeah.
the option's there. But yeah.
All right, boys. Key point then. Keep it short and sweet for the boys today. Key point about why you think you should stay single in your 20s. Give us one each.
Shall I start?
Whoever, I don't care. Go for it.
The main reason I would say you should stay single in your 20s is so that you can character developing yourself to the max without any distractions.
Solid. Yeah, really good.
Thank you.
What one?
No, go on. I think.
I think from my personal experience, what I would say is women can be expensive and you can spend a lot of money on women, and having a lot of money in your younger ages and saving that money will put you in a very powerful place. Like once you've got a lot of money, no one can really chat. So it's a very powerful place to be. And if you're spunking it left, right and centre, it kind of puts you down a bit on the food chain. So just save your money, keep it to yourself. Don't spend it on girls that aren't going to stick around for 5 years. And then, yeah, that would be why I would recommend
Yeah,
That's
it.
a really good one.
really good answer.
Very good one, yeah. Girls are expensive.
You got one?
I'm just gonna say probably if not, this is the best time to be able to try new things and make mistakes. You're not going to be able to do that in your 30s, or well, you can, but the best times you can literally try to throw as many shit at the wall is in your early 20s. Figure out what you want to do, find something that you're good at, and pursue that. Getting into a relationship, I feel like, can kill dreams because people become a bit of a people pleaser when you're young. Like, just eliminate all distractions and everyone that's just stopping you from your mission. Figure out what you want to do. Dive headfirst into it.
Nice.
Facts.
I think mine would be touching, basically that just sort of resonated what we said just then. Boys, the reason why I think you should stay single in your 20s is because I think you need to go and experience life as much as possible prior to getting into a relationship, because I think you need to go and build memories with your boys, find a brotherhood of mates around you, because your mates and boys will never cheat on you, but a girl can. Your mates will never leave you, but a girl can. And this isn't us hating on women. This is just the reality of what can happen, right? And I think it's very important to build a bond with other guys that go and travel with, experience life, get memories, and learn who you are and what you want out of life before then just completely giving up your sort of innocent self to someone else. So yeah, go and fucking get some memories, man.
Yeah, facts.
Facts.
Cool.
Kushti.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a bit different.
That's fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's fun. I was going to say, should we ask the boys, is there anything you specifically want us to talk about on pods? Shout us in the comment section and we'll be open-minded about what we want to talk about.
Let us know.
Yeah.
We get a few DMs, but they kind of get lost, don't they? So
DMs get lost sometimes, boys, and the comment sections we very on top of. So if there's anything you want us to specifically talk about, shout us in the comments and we'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Something that we could talk about for at least.
We could have had the time.
Yeah.
Nothing stupid as well.
Yeah.
Say some of the stupid things. we
Yeah.
suggest.
Yeah, no.
I know it's half the time it's banter, but yeah.
Let us know, boys.
Let us know.
Sweet. Boys,
Peace,
if you haven't already, like, subscribe.
Leave a comment in the comment section.
And we'll see you on the right side.
Peace.